You've been here before, in the depths, in the darkness, wondering if this is all there is. You've poured yourself into people who never learned to hold you properly. You've sacrificed pieces of yourself so often that you've forgotten what wholeness feels like. You've shaped yourself into what others needed, while your own needs gathered dust in the corners of your heart. Maybe you're a Scorpio, and this resonates in your bones, this pattern of intense loyalty, deep sacrifice, and the strange comfort you've found in your own suffering. Or maybe you're a Cancer who's given until you're empty, or a Pisces who's absorbed everyone's pain as your own, a Libra who's contorted yourself to keep the peace, or a Taurus who stayed in the same draining situation for years because you thought consistency was virtue. Perhaps you're a Virgo who's perfected the art of being useful to everyone but yourself, a Capricorn who's climbed mountains for others while your own dreams collected dust, or a Leo whose light has dimmed, trying to make room for someone else to shine. You might be a Gemini who split yourself into so many versions that you've forgotten which one is real, an Aquarius who's championed everyone's freedom except your own, or a Sagittarius who's been running so fast from discomfort that you've run right past yourself. Maybe you're an Aries who's fought every battle except the one for your own peace. The sign doesn't matter, the pattern does. This is about the moment when you realize that the life you're living, the one where you're stuck, where you're small, where you're safe but suffocating, isn't the life that you were meant for. This is about recognizing that you've been waiting for permission to transform when the only permission you ever needed was your own. This isn't about positive thinking or surface level self care. This isn't about affirmations you don't believe or gratitude journals that feel hollow when your life feels empty. This is about something deeper, something more honest, something that actually works. This is about the complete dismantling and reconstruction of how you show up in your world. If you're listening to this, you're probably in one of two places. You're either in the depths right now, the dark night of the soul, where everything feels heavy and impossible, or you're standing at the edge, sensing that something needs to change, but terrified to take the leap. Both places are sacred. Both are necessary. The depths teach you what you're made of. They show you what you've been tolerating, what you've been avoiding, what you've been sacrificing. The depths are uncomfortable, yes, but they're also clarifying. It's hard to lie to yourself when you're at rock bottom. The truth becomes unavoidable. And the edge, that liminal space between who you've been and who you're becoming, that's where courage is born. That's where you decide whether you're going to keep living the same patterns or finally break them. Here's what I need you to understand right now. The life you're living, the one where you doubt yourself constantly, where you twist yourself into shapes to fit other people's needs, where you sacrifice your peace for scraps of affection, where you stay in situations that are slowly draining your life force. That life ends when you decide it ends. Not when circumstances change, not when someone finally sees your worth, not when you've suffered enough to earn your freedom, when you decide. The Scorpio's gift, and really this is available to all of us regardless of our sun sign, is regeneration. It's the ability to look at what's dying in your life and recognize it for what it is, not an ending, but a beginning. The caterpillar doesn't become a slightly better caterpillar. It doesn't go to therapy and learn to set boundaries while staying a caterpillar. It completely liquefies in the chrysalis before emerging as something entirely new. That's the kind of transformation we're talking about here. Not incremental improvement, not making the best of a bad situation, not learning to tolerate the intolerable with more grace. Complete transformation. And yes, that sounds dramatic. It sounds intense. It sounds like the kind of thing other people do, not you. But here's the truth. You wouldn't be here listening to these words if some part of you didn't already know that you're ready for this. You're tired. Tired of being the one who always bends. Tired of relationships where you give everything and receive crumbs. Tired of waking up feeling like you're living someone else's life. Tired of the voice in your head that tells you you're asking for too much when all you want is basic respect and reciprocity. You're tired of being tired. That exhaustion, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. Your body, your intuition, your soul, they're all trying to tell you something. This isn't working. This was never going to work. And you deserve so much more than you've been accepting. But here's where most people get stuck. They know something needs to change, but they don't know how to change it. They're afraid of being selfish. They're worried about hurting people. They're terrified of being alone. They've convinced themselves that they are the problem, that if they could just be better, try harder, love more purely, things would finally work out. So they stay stuck. They stay small. They stay safe. And they stay inside the suffering.